I'll repeat that for those of you who weren't clairvoyant enough to hear what I just said. But once you start scratching dry skin in the wintertime, you'll never stop. Welcome to Nothing But Worry, where I, Lance Ash, and my wife, Bonnie Ash,
Hello.
will speak frankly to you about the end of the world and other things to look forward to.
Or not look forward to.
So, I usually use Yardley soap from the dollar store, or Pears soap. Oh, our son is passing through the room. He's getting ready to go to work. Which you can get at the dollar store, like I said, and it's pretty good soap. The oatmeal is good. The black soap is really good. The charcoal black soap, yeah. But when the wintertime gets here, I have to swap over to olive oil soap because the dry winter air makes my skin dry and itchy.
Are you using the Lebanese soap we got from our friends, or are you using the Marseillaise?
I'm using the stuff we got from our friends. But when this runs out, I'm going to break open a box of that more expensive stuff.
Oh, the Greek. Yeah, I have a Greek olive oil soap too.
But anyway, and it really does help, but still you get itchy patches. And once you give in to scratching one time, then you make a big mistake.
It's an addiction.
Yeah. So my lower legs, are itching right now. I had a patch on the back of my right hand that was itching pretty bad, made worse by my burning it in steam coming out of the electric kettle. But I used the olive oil soap and it all went away.
Good.
So let's see here. This is actually Saturday morning because we didn't get our shit together last night, and all night I've been pulling teeth trying to get some painting done, some drawing done, this and that done.
And I've been baking and cooking.
Yeah. So let's go over recent events. What was the hold on a second. What's going on?
Peter? What? Can you take your laundry into the back? Thanks.
What was it I told you happened? The big story happened at work the other day.
Aha. Policeman.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. When I get to work.
Have you heard the story, Peter?
I can't hear you. What do you want?
Have you
Hold
heard
on.
the story about the cops at work?
Have you heard the story about the cops at work?
No.
Okay. Well, if you want to pay attention, you can. Anyway, so it's just me, the supervisor, and one other person. I think it was just three of us. It might have been four. I can't remember. But anyway, got the doors open, and we heard sirens. So I step a little bit to the side so I can see out the doors, and you see blue lights out in the parking lot. And the first truck from the Palmetto facility, the big controversial one below the Atlanta airport, had showed up, and he was backed up. He had started to back up to the dock, and now he's halfway. I mean, he's blocking the entire parking lot essentially. And the doors open, motors running, and the cops are out there, and they're putting handcuffs on the driver. This is an older guy. He's got to be 60-something. It's pouring down rain. They claimed he was going 59 in a 55. And in addition, that he was fleeing from them, trying to elude them, and trying to drive them off the road. He's wearing a postal uniform in a postal truck, 18-wheeler. Eventually, 4 cop cars showed up with 2 cops in each car. The supervisor goes out there to argue with them, okay? I went out there a little bit too. I was about maybe 30 feet away, 35 feet away. And I heard the cop got up in the supervisor's face and said, "I don't want to arrest him, but I have to arrest him."
Bullshit.
And it was all horseshit. They argued for 15 minutes in the pouring rain, and finally they let the guy go. If it was really that important, he was really trying to kill them, then why didn't they follow through with the arrest? It was all bogus horseshit. So anyway, Oh, that was a big event this week.
It should be noted that this was a black man.
Yeah, all white
And-
cops. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that they didn't like whatever it was once they got him stopped. He probably thought there's some kind of road conditions or something. I mean, he would have been in the right-hand lane for over a mile
Well, the
just
thing,
to get off of that exit.
right?
I mean, the actual area is normally 65, but it's probably 55 with the construction there.
They were about to put him in the back of the cop car
And this
with
is-
handcuffs on.
What, midnight 30 or something?
This is about more like 1, I think.
Jesus.
But anyway,
At this point, it had been raining for 12 or 24 hours straight.
yeah.
It was just downpour. It was horrible.
So the next night, when that guy, same guy, comes in, my friend I work with asked him, well, like a follow-up question, and the guy said, "I wasn't worried. I'm in a postal uniform. I'm driving a federal truck. They're not going to do anything, and nothing that they do is going to affect me because, my mission to carry the U.S. mail here is more important than going 4 miles over the speed limit." And anyway, so that was a big thing this week. I'm trying to think if there's any other thing.
Yeah,
We
the
had-
cops give me real dicks. I was pulled over twice in the last 25 years. Once the guy just got on my ass and just stayed there, and I'm going the speed limit. And finally, he just pulls me over, and I'm like, "What was I doing wrong?" He goes, "Is something the matter?" I said, "You've been tailgating me?" And I just laid into him. I said, "You asked me why I'm nervous? I've got a cop on my ass." And then the next time was a cop pulled me over saying, "You didn't have your seatbelt on." I said, "I've got my seatbelt on. You don't like the fact that I'm driving through this particular neighborhood. I'm taking a shortcut home." It was a high crime neighborhood.
So now that Christmas is upon us, Amazon is sending usually 2 18-wheelers of packages to us. Well, they must be really swamped because these usually they're painted with the Amazon logo and everything, But a couple days ago, we got it must have been a rental 18-wheeler. And the guy didn't have on the Amazon vest or anything. And the guy, he was Russian or Slavic. I saw his phone. His name was Yuri. All he could say was, "No English, no English. Amazon, Amazon." And I was trying to tell him. He wanted to leave the trailer and just go on his way. Drop the trailer off the dock and leave. And Amazon has tried this little stunt in the past, I was told.
You can't block it.
And anyway, so he called somebody who barely spoke English to translate for him, and I'm like, he cannot leave this trailer parked here. So that was a big thing, and that happened right before I walked out the door. Anyway, work has been a pain in the ass. It's been busy, but also because it's freezing. And we have to keep at least one of the doors open so we can see outside. Also, because going in and out of the door, banging into it with your feet or your back, trying to drag pallet jacks laden with 800-pound boxes through that thing, banging the doors open is no good.
And then the moisture on the floors.
Oh, that's right. We have basically the dock, the loading dock of this building is 2 parts. One is enclosed, but the other part is open to the elements. And the day that it was pouring down rain, this entire concrete dock is covered with water. And every time somebody went out there, I would say, "Stop! This floor is slippery, so watch out, okay, everybody?" And I slipped. One of the guys I work with was pulling up a package. Pulling a pallet of parcels wrapped with shrink wrap off a truck with a pallet jack, and the thing was so tall that when he started to pull it off the truck, it started to fall backwards. So I jumped forward to catch it, and I slipped and
Hurt your damn shoulder.
strained my left shoulder, throwing my arm out to catch the package, and also at the same time catch myself. So that was fun. And let's see what else is going on. We are preparing for all the family interaction that comes with Christmas time. That'll be fun.
We've really pared it back. We've got one day after Christmas. We're going to have your mother up before she moves to Montana. And then we're going to have my parents over. And the kids will be over that day. And that's it.
It's probably
all we're going to do is have cake, coffee, and tea.
and probably honestly, this will probably be the last time my mother sees my kids because
Ever.
I'm predicting she'll be dead within 2 years of moving to Montana.
Yeah, she'll probably never
Because-
see us again either.
Moving is, especially that distance, is extremely traumatic at any age.
Yeah.
What are the three big traumas or four traumas you said?
Divorce, moving, and death.
Yeah. So, what else is going on?
I've been cooking a lot. So we've got some changes coming up. We've got a $250 a month hit for the health insurance going up, and dental insurance and everything going up. And we're also anticipating Trump and his stupid tariffs, both raising prices and the removing the undocumented persons will reduce the number of people able to do farm work. So I've been planning ahead and trying to buy ahead some bulk stuff. I mean, we've got a very full pantry and a second larder in the back that I try to keep up, but I've been trying to buy in bulk. I've got another 50 pounds of flour from one source this week, and another 4 or 5 pounds of specialty flour coming in. And then we got 20 pounds of pintos this week, another 20 pounds of rice. So I'm trying to modify what we're eating and change up things and try new recipes so it isn't the same old, same old. And as you pointed out this week, when I make beans, sometimes it's the texture that needs to be dealt with, not just the flavor, because it has a tendency that beans can be soupy almost when you make them, but after a time have a tendency to kind of lose that soupiness, and then gets to the point where you can almost like use them for a dip. And you prefer it when it's...
Yeah, it's like when you boil, like, say, lima beans. They're individual beans, you know, and if you put them with rice, it's more edible for me. But when you cook like pintos and they sort of start to dissolve and they make a little paste around each
Yeah.
bean, it's not as pleasant to eat. But you made some Indian rice with cashews in it the other day that I thought was really, really yummy.
Yeah, I've been trying different variations on recipes that I do normally. I use cardamom and cinnamon and cloves, salt, pepper, and I added some curry leaves and chopped up apricots because I had them in stock, and I toasted some cashews, and I added those to the rice along with the usual carrots and peas. And so it was really nice. Also, this last batch, I added in a bit of curry powder. I have some unsalted curry powder I need to use.
Basically, the majority of my job at work is to feed this conveyor belt that processes parcels. But anyway, sometimes parcels burst open and the contents come out. You just don't know where the contents came from. So we have a couple of hampers set up. So if the people that are actually doing that side of the machine, if they come across something that's, some product that's come out of a package, they can set it aside. Well, there was a box. I was walking by this thing. There's a box of something, and I didn't know what it was. I couldn't tell what it was. I thought it was like some kind of shoe inserts or something, but no, it was a box of individually wrapped Stroopwafels.
Oh.
Yeah,
Hey.
but it wasn't a brand that I've ever seen. If we ever go up to the Beaufort Highway Farmers Market, they have Stroopwafels.
They also have them in Aldi during Christmas time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If anybody out there, if you don't know what they are, they're basically miniature Belgian waffles, little miniature Belgian waffle sandwich, two of them, and sandwiched between the two little waffle-shaped cookies are this maple syrup flavored,
Caramel.
maple syrup caramel flavored filling.
And the best way to have them is you make a cup of hot coffee or hot tea, and you put the Stroopwafel on top of it and let it get warm from the steam, and then you flip it over and let it get warm on the other side. So when you break it open, the caramel inside, it becomes warm and gooey.
Yeah, they're big. They're about maybe 3 inches, 4 inches wide, so they're big enough to cover the top of a coffee cup or something. Anyway,
They're Dutch.
okay, yeah, STROOPF. No, STROOPWAFFEL. I'm assuming it's pronounced Stroopwafel. So we finished watching the second Dune movie, and then we rewatched the first one. Now we're going to rewatch the second one again.
Not this weekend. I think we should wait till next weekend.
Yeah, well, whenever. It doesn't matter. It's no big deal. Because Bonnie's got me interested in watching this Hercule Poirot movie with Kenneth Branagh playing Poirot. And it's got Tina Fey playing Ariadne Oliver. It's something in Venice. What? A haunting in Venice.
In Venice
A
Holiday.
haunting in Venice.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, it's free, so we watch it whenever.
Yeah. I don't know. What's this going on? I'll tell you a little story. A week before this last week, my check engine light came on in my Subaru. So we took it to the mechanic and they plugged it in. This is the code it corresponds to. It probably covered under warranty, blah, blah, blah. So we call the dealership. Oh, yeah, it may be covered under warranty, but you have to pay us $180 for us to check it out and see if it's covered under warranty. Nice. Anyway, the check engine light went away. Oh, and here's another. I think maybe we already mentioned this, but one of the clever features of modern day cars and my Subaru is if the check engine light comes on, all your safety features are disabled, which is a scam and a trick to force you to take the car to the dealership. Because you don't have your cruise control, you don't have your distance control, you don't have automatic stop, you don't have the lane departure warning, none of that. It's all a trick.
Emergency braking, nothing. It's insane.
And so anyway.
Another thing should be noted: Hughes Subaru in Athens, Georgia, has fucked us over several times now. When we were forced to buy a car after the pandemic, during the shortages and the automobile scarcity, he wanted a Subaru. So we went to the Athens, Georgia Hughes Subaru dealership and we ordered a car, and we were told it was going to be in on X date. That date rolls around and it's not there. And then they proceed to tell us they can't tell us when the car is going to be in. They don't know where the car is. They think that it arrived in Savannah. They give us the biggest fucking runaround. We got our deposit back in a hole. And we turned around. I got on the phone with a Subaru dealership I had contacted a couple weeks prior, or a couple days prior, when we were shopping around. And I said, what do you have right now on the lot that I can drive away with? And he sent me a link. I looked over it. I filled out the paperwork. We were immediately approved. And we got in a borrowed vehicle and we drove up there and we bought it. So we go to get our first service once we get the Subaru. And because there was an issue with the tires and the lights coming on and stuff, I made an appointment. I said, I want an appointment first thing in the morning. I'm going to wait. What time do you open? Whatever it was, 8 o'clock. I show up there, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm waiting. And it's getting closer and closer and closer to the hour that they open. And I'm like, first appointment's at 8 o'clock. You should be open prior to 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock comes, a couple of minutes after 8, they finally open the doors. I walk in, and they take down the information, and I sit down. And then all these people pile in around me in the waiting room. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? After a couple of minutes, I get up and I walk over to the counter. And I look through behind the counter. There are these glass windows. And every single fucking bay was empty. None of the vehicles had been moved in. As a matter of fact, there were no mechanics there. It was now well after the start time. So I waited, and I waited, and I waited. And about 20 minutes in after the hour, after my appointment time, I got up, and I walked over to the desk, and I looked through, and again, there were no cars in any of the service bays, and the mechanics were walking around, a few, coffee, on phones, whatever. And I said, I had an 8 o'clock appointment. I was told that I could wait here, and I expected to have an 8 o'clock appointment, and there are no cars. Oh, we're bringing them around now. We can move yours up to the front of the line if you wish. I said, wait a minute. I was told I had an 8 o'clock appointment. Not that I would be at 8:20 or 8:30. That's why I'm up here. I came up here early. I came up here prior to. And they're, oh, well, it'll be about another 15 minutes before we get... I said, I want my keys back. I want to cancel. Got the car, left, called our mechanic, set up an appointment. I get home. There's a machine message going, Mrs. Ash, we can come and pick your car up from your house and do the service, and then we can return it to your home. I said, no, my appointment was for 8 o'clock this morning. I said, I scheduled my day around getting this done. And now you're giving me this runaround. That was the second time they fucked us over. And this last time, when I called and they go, it's going to be $180 to look at it. I'm like, that's it. Strike 3. You're out.
Yeah, never take your car to the dealership. First of all, it's never going to be free. No matter what, if it's covered under warranty, that's all just a scam. And second of all, they're always going to find something wrong with it, something else wrong with it, because that's what they're in business for.
We got dicked over so badly by Hayward Allen Toyota. We had the Prius, the second Prius. We had 245,000 miles on it. I've got these check engine lights. Our mechanics are great. They come up there, they take a look at it, they see what they can do. They don't even charge us for seeing what they can do, okay? Because we are loyal fucking customers. We're up there every time there's maintenance required. We're up there doing everything, the preventative stuff. We go to them, get everything done. But they just threw up their hands at the Prius and said, this hybrid is beyond us. We can't figure this out. And they had done spark plug changes and were still misfiring. And I said, no, you're not going to give me the money back for the spark plug change. It was misfiring. It's not misfiring. I know we're getting the same codes. You did the work. We're paying you for that. I mean, they were honest people. So they sent us over to the dealership. I think it was $600 or $800 in at Hayward Allen, and we still had no answers. Well, you see, we put it up on the lift, and we did some adjustments, and I mean, I was like, this is ridiculous. And then they came up with a story about what they were going to do to test it. We need to keep it overnight. And they said, we think it's this. We need to replace the rings. and it wasn't the rings. They did all the pressure testing and stuff. And then they said, "Oh, we think it's this." I said, "No. At this point, mm-mm." So I got in touch with 2 more Japanese specialist car places here in Athens. And one guy goes, "I'm not wasting your money. I'm not wasting my time. Your car is at a point where you need to buy another car." The next guys go, "Oh, we can fix it, but it's going to cost you $4,500. Don't spend $4,500. You got 2,444,000 miles on this thing. You need a new car." He said, "Even if we put in the $4,500 and work on it, we're not quite sure if it's going to get everything done. It's not going to be worth it."
Yeah, they said it's just going to happen again and again.
Yeah.
That's why, as much as I really love the Prius, I just decided I'm not going to get another one with this sort of problem being recurring.
Supposedly, Subarus are pretty straightforward to repair. The problem comes with when they have the lockdown issues for locking out your safety features. And that's what happens with a lot of these electronic engine features when they try to cross check everything. So that's going to be the problem.
All right, moving on to another topic. Because of the Dune movie and so forth, I had read the first Dune book. I reread it, I should say, about a year ago. So I decided to read the second one, and it was pretty good. So now I'm reading the third one, and it's pretty bad. It is. I had read online years ago that all the subsequent Dune books get more and more talky, and the third book is it's so fucking boring. It is just endless conversations and people talking in circles, and it's like, so you see, my dear Stilgar, that the heart is actually green. Ah, I see, but you don't see, because what I really meant was the heart is red. Oh, I see the wisdom of your words. Ah, but I am not wise. That's pretty much it. Ah, but I am not wise. I'm actually a fool. Is there someone else I can talk to? It's just endless gobbledygook.
And this is why diplomacy fails.
It's just, this pseudo-philosophical spiritualist hoo-ha and palace intrigue all wrapped up together. And it's just, can we trust so-and-so? Can she trust us? Can you trust me? I don't give a shit. I was going to read all 6 of the original books, but at this point, I may not. I want to finish this damn book for the end of the year, but I may not be able to. I'm about a quarter of the way done, and I just don't give a shit.
The conversations are more coherent than what we're going to be getting out of the Trump administration. "Oh, wow, did you hear? The electric car, yes, and the crypto, yes, and how many more likes can we get? We need to increase our appeal online, and we need to tweet our new excrements about," it's going to be nonsense coming out of the White House.
Supposedly they're going to keep filming the movies, the Dune movies, but when they get to the third book, I don't see how they can turn that into a movie. No. I just don't, because nothing happens. Nothing. The Grand Council will meet, and everybody hates everybody else, and we're talking and talking. We're talking. Anyway, so trying to think what else is going on. Tonight was my first night off for the weekend, and as usual, I got nothing done because it takes me forever to get into the weekend mood. So I'm trying to think.
I'm gonna make the pecan coconut cake, the Italian cream cake, for when your mother and my folks come over.
Okay.
How does that sound? I won't be able.
It's all right. I'm not a big fan of the icing.
Oh, the coconut and the cream cheese and then crushed pecans.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all right.
You're not a big fan of icing, though.
No.
Huh.
Yeah. Bonnie made gingerbread cupcakes the other day.
Muffins. Yeah.
Muffins.
It
And-
would have been fine if I hadn't made 24 of them.
Yeah, I forced myself to eat, God, maybe 10 of them. But
I
they,
must have had 6.
the mouthfeel of them was not good. It's just chewing and chewing and stuff's getting stuck in my teeth.
They
They're
weren't
gummy.
great. I should have made the gingerbread I made last time. It was an 8x8 pan. And you get out 4 or 6 pieces and it's gone, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It was really nice, moist cake. These, they just, I don't know. The flavor was nice. It was the texture.
What is that cooking channel you've been watching lately? Is it
Curries with Bumby.
Curries with Boombi? In the
She's fabulous.
I stand over Bonnie's shoulder and watch these videos.
Salivating.
Yeah, oh my God, some of this food looks amazing.
What's nice about her is she has a nice accent. You can understand her, but she's never on camera. You don't have to put up with somebody that's doing all the let's smile and push our cleavage forward and all this kind of crap. It's all about the fucking food. And she cooks in a way that I like because she gives you the little hints about, oh, you don't want the steam to release from this. And if you wash the rice, you will remove the starch. There'll be individual grains and they won't clump together. All these other nifty little things. And
Yeah, for years I
she
didn't
does
know.
a lot of vegetarian, which is fabulous.
I didn't know why you're not supposed to rinse spaghetti after you cook it, and it's because after you've cooked spaghetti or pasta in general, it has starch on the noodles, and the starch holds the sauce on it. If you want to have a kind of pasta where the sauce slides off the pasta, then you rinse it. And that's the reason. And I knew you weren't supposed to rinse the spaghetti, although I've seen people do it, for decades.
When I make a pasta salad, I put the sauce on the add-ins, not on the pasta itself. I cut up whatever goes into the pasta salad. This is a cold thing. And so I will cut up all the bell peppers and the cucumbers and the tomatoes and black olives and such and put it into the bowl. Then I add all the dressing to it. And then I rinse my sauce, my pasta when it comes out. Then I add everything together and mix it, and then I add another layer of sauce. So it really depends on warm versus cold for the pastas.
Yeah. In a little while, I guess about an hour, I have to leave to go get some blood work done.
Yeah, I need to print out your directions because I need to amend something on the order.
Okay, yeah. Oh, Lord. Can't think of anything else that's been going on.
We're going to start having rye bread and pumpernickel bread again soon.
What do you mean, homemade or what?
Homemade.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I found a good deal. I'm getting the dark rye, which means it's got more of the husk in it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a higher fiber. And if I need it ground up, all I do is put it in the Cuisinart. And it cuts it down to fine if I need it fine. But we've got that Coleman's mustard now from Britain.
And it really is good mustard.
It's fabulous mustard. And I've got the Dijon, and I figure with the cold onions and maybe some cheese for you and the mustard on that would be really good.
I'll tell you a neat, quick snack you can make. Use tortillas instead of bread, sliced bread, to make sandwiches with, because you lay the tortilla out and put fresh spinach on the tortilla, then slice up Swiss cheese on top of it, and you can put any kind of hot sauce you want.
Or any kind of spread, like Aviar spread, red pepper paste. You also have a garlic chili chutney that you use.
Yeah.
There are a variety of different things, and you can make it into a burrito or a roll or something like that.
And it's just so easy to make.
Yeah.
And
It's quick as hell.
yeah. You zap it in the microwave, roll it up, zap it again, and then let it cool off a bit so you don't burn your tongue to pieces.
Yeah, Lance.
day before yesterday, Bonnie made that rice stuff with the cashews in it. And I'm really picky about how I eat. I can't stand to get food stuck up in the corners of my mouth. So I'm eating this stuff, and I have to eat it in such a way that each little rice, grain of rice
Grain
goes
of
down the
rice.
throat, right? And I bit the living hell out of my front of my lip.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God. I have this coconut fiber floss I've got, and it's really tough floss. And the other day, it might have been the last night I worked. I floss every day, so my gums are used to flossing. I don't bleed when I floss, but sometimes accidentally I floss too hard, and when I get to work, my teeth hurt. And the other night after flossing with this stuff, my teeth really hurt at work. But I went without going to the dentist for 7 years, and when I finally did go back, they basically told me flossing is what has saved your teeth the whole time that you've not been going to the dentist, because it's so important. So anyway, I don't know. Anything else happening? I guess we're going to wrap it up in a second.
Yeah, we should.
Okay. If you're interested, I have another video series on this channel, Marco Valdo by Italo Calvino. I read it story by story, and the one I posted earlier tonight is A Journey with the Cows, which is one of my favorite stories in the book, and I think I read it particularly well. So give that a listen if you want. It's only 9 minutes long. All right, anything else?
Nothing.
All right, we'll see you later. Bye.